Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. You might hear my voice is still not quite back to normal after my cold. Well, I've still got it a bit, but anyway. Today we're going to do the Walsh Walsh Kenilworth pattern, because when I was at the Village Antiques Market in Weedon, I bought some glasses from that pattern, and it just so happens I already have 3 decanters. Yeah, so I thought that's enough. And it's if you want to be a dealer, it's a good pattern to look out for because it seems to make good money. So yeah, I thought I'll do that one, seeing as I've got the glasses and the decanters and the book, and we can have a look online at prices and everything. So where I'll start by looking online. Just so you know what Kenilworth is, I should show you quick. This is what the pattern is like. Can you see here? It's got like a cross, and then it's got like a double bar between each cross. Yeah. And there's lots of different shapes, and I can show you some of those in the book, and also probably when we look online. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting pattern. There's like there's a Roman design that's a bit like that, and I think it's copying that. It has that classic Roman look to it, which means and it's not the normal crisscrossy ones with like little fans of crosses and stuff, where you're just going, it could be anything, because there's like, does it have 4 bits on it or 5 bits on it? It stands out on its own when you see it. So, and also we can talk about some of the Walsh Walsh shapes, because when we look in the book, I'll show you what I mean anyway. But so with that said, let's go and have a look in eBay and see what's going on in eBay, and we'll look at the sold stuff. So we're in eBay. I've typed in Walsh Kenilworth, and here we go. So one of the things to note is that there's cased glass as well. We have seen some of this when we've been out and about. I think I saw some when I was in Warwick last year. It was in the shop window, but actually I don't think it was even last year. I think it was in 2022 I was there. But anyway, yeah, so we see these, quite nice. Walsh Walsh do quite a bit of this kind of case glass, and yeah, so we've got a few different patterns. So the prices here are $29.99 for hot glass. You've got yourself a nice wine glass there for $26.99. Yeah, the prices are quite high in general for this kind of English glass. If you look at these decanters down here with the silver collars, 150, 199. Yeah, that's quite a lot. For a pair, they're asking for $5.99. Now, the question is, are they going to get those prices? I've looked in sold, okay, and what we've got is we've just got a bowl which sold for £75, which is still a decent price, and a hot glass which sold for $29.99. Now, when I first started planning this video, I did actually look in here just to see, oh, what's about? Will I find anything? Is it what I think it is? And the wine glass was in here as well. Let me go back to the unsold ones. This wine glass. So some of these sold in, I think, November time or something, and they did get the $26.99. So this is probably some sort of reseller that's selling these at these funny kind of $.99 prices. But anyway, yeah, these prices look to be achievable if you're going to wait. So probably if you were to come down £10, you could probably turn these over. But then a lot of English cut glass, you know, wine glasses, you can buy them for a fiver. If you look at my last video, you'll see where you could buy services of glasses. And in fact, the Walsh ones I've bought, yeah, they cost me £4 a piece. So Anyway, with that said, let's go and have a look at the glass. So here we are with one of the 6 glasses I bought. You saw the price. It was 6 for £20. One of them had 2 bad chips on the foot. So in effect, I got 5 for £20, which is £4 each. And as you saw, £26.99. So if I was going to just flip these, just make a bit of money, you know, I could stick them on for like £10 or £12 a piece, you know, maybe £60 or something for 5, and run away with the cash. So anyway, look at the cutting. See how it is with the cross, and then it's got like the double side. In fact, it's kind of, yep. And as I said, I said when I was looking at this, it's shaped like a rummer. So what I did, went back into my cupboard, and there, this is the kind. So this is a circa 1800 rummer. Yeah, it's a bit smaller, but you get what I'm talking about. You got your basic foot, a little bit of a blobby at the bottom, column stem, little mirrors here, little collar bit here at the bottom of the thing, and then this OG shape. So yeah, so this is. So I think this pattern, the book, I've had a really good look in the book. This pattern, there's no date for it. I think it's from the 1920s. It won't be post 1949 because that's Walsh Walsh closed in 1951, but they stopped making cut glass in 1949. So you've got like a 20+ year period when it could have been made, and that would be it. But you can clearly see how there's a reference between these 2 glasses. If I put that one further away, how can I make it work? But yeah, you can see they're very similar, aren't they? And you can see that this is actually really a copy of this is copying the rummer shape in there. So, but yeah, this is circa 1800. This is at least 120 years later, maybe as much as 140, 50 years later. So, there you go. This is the glass. And also, these come in 2 colours as well. So, you know, as in maybe coated with blue and then cut through. And I think there are other colours. We'll see them in the book later. So, this is the charity shop find, this one, this decanter. Look at the shape very carefully. Now, Walsh Walsh reused their shapes for a lot of patterns. This one comes in other patterns, so look at it very carefully. Tall, slim stopper. I knew what it was as soon as I saw it. £2.99. Antique shop in New York, I think it was. So yeah, and it's in very good condition as well. I mean, if I was going to try and get top dollar for it, you'd probably want to give it a quick internal polish. But yeah, there's no chips. The peg, the stopper fits like an English one. Very nice and tight fit. You can see it's got a little chip on it there, but 2 chips in fact. But yeah, for a decanter that's how old is it? It's newest. It's 75 years at its newest, and potentially an antique. Yeah, that's not bad, and the tip's good. But even then, if I was going to say, oh yeah, I want 80 quid or £90 for it, I could take it along to the glass repairers and just get them to put a bit of a bevel on that, and those would disappear. So yeah, it wouldn't cost much to, you know, if I invest a little bit in it, I would still get a massive return on it. And that's why you should be learning the shapes, because it's not just this decanter. There'll be other John Walsh Walsh decanters out there, just this shape, but not necessarily this pattern. So here's another one. It's another charity shop find, I think from 20 plus years ago. Didn't actually know what it was. I just thought, it's not your usual stuff, and it's still not your usual stuff. So it's still Kenilworth. Okay, so look at that. Can you see the cut pattern is the same, but you've got 4 layers of the squares. Yeah, and then you've got, I think this is an earlier decanter. This cutting here, so I think this one might be from the 1920s. It's just got so much more work in it than the others. The stopper does have a little bit of a condition issue at the very top, but that could be fixed if you really wanted to. If you were kind of like Mr. Commercial, I'm going to get top dollar for this. The peg's in good condition. Yeah, I've not seen another one. The shape is in the factory drawings in the book, but not with this pattern on it. So yeah, it's the only one that's like that I've seen. So that's what the amount of work, and the fact that it's obviously a less common one, makes me think it's probably earlier. Before I jump on to the next decanter, it has a silver collar, and I thought this might be an opportunity to shout out to another YouTuber, Maicheal Baggott. You'll have seen him on the telly. I can't remember what the program is. It's the one where people bring their things in for auction. He's a silver specialist, and I've started watching his stuff. I've watched quite a lot of his videos now, and he is really good. He really knows his stuff. He's giving you all the nerdy details that I love. So yeah, really good channel if you really want to know about silver as well. Great channel. So yeah, just wanted to give him a shout. Go and subscribe, because he doesn't have enough subscribers. And this is the last decanter we're going to look at. So yeah, this one, after what I was saying earlier, this is the nice thing about silver, because with glass, at least you've got absolute catalogues and dates and all sorts of other background stuff. It's difficult to date things. This has got a hallmark. It's from Sheffield, 1922. So this is an antique, and probably maybe the others are antiques, and maybe it might even be older than the 20s. Yeah. So if you notice the stopper on the others, the stoppers had the same pattern cut on them. This one doesn't, but it's like this in the books, so that's fine. And it's Sheffield, and it's William and Charles Sissons are the makers. So yeah, this one is different. So we had one which has got like 2 layers of squares like this one. Then we had one with 3, and then the one that we looked at last with the cylinder shaped body had 4 layers of squares, and it was the most cut one. This has probably got the least cutting work in it, but it is a bigger decanter. Yeah, I think one of them was marked Walsh. I'll dig that out, because I've got a macro lens for my phone now, so we can have a look at that. We can look at the hallmark, and we can have a look at the thing. The other thing about this one, I know it's the stopper peg's a little bit short, but it's in perfect condition, and I'm thinking, yeah, I wonder if someone's cleaned that up at some point, because it's a nice, silver collar decanter. Also, I can also show you in the book that you see quite a lot of John Walsh Walsh ones with silver decanters, and they were making the bottles to have the collars fitted, so nothing was particularly cut away of any significance to put that collar on. There wasn't a whole, I don't think there was a whole pouring lip or anything like that. When you look in the factory drawings, they just go up with like a stump here for fitting the collar on. So yeah, it's quite interesting that. So with that, we'll have a closer look at the mark and this hallmark, and I'll show you what I found online for the hallmark, just so you know how to read hallmarks. So here we are looking at the hallmark, and as you can see, as I said, the first bit here, and they aren't always necessary in this order, but that is WSCS, and that's the makers, William Sissons and Charles Sissons. Then you got a crown, and that means it's made in Sheffield. Then you've got the lion, which says it's sterling silver. If it's got Britannia, that means it's pure silver. And then that's an E. Yeah, and you can see it's in an angular shield shape. They're all in angular shield shapes. So yeah, that's important as well when you're looking at these things. The shape of what you're looking at. They're a bit worn, the marks. I didn't polish this heavily. It's been in the shed, so I did have to polish it a bit, but I didn't beat the bejesus out of it doing it. It's got a bit of a crack there. I didn't realise that until just looking at it just now. Crack or a scratch. But anyway, let's have a look at the what we can see online now. So here are the hallmarks, and yes, it was these ones here, 1922, with this E. See, as I said, it was in an angular shield. Yeah, and also then if we look at the maker's marks, it was this one here, which is like in WSG. Oh, hang on, have I got it wrong? Oh no, it was this one, sorry. WSCS. Yeah, for Walter and Charles. I said William, didn't I? God, that's there's too many Williams on here, that's why. Yeah, Walter and Charles Sissons. And yeah, this is an earlier mark. These are even earlier ones. So anyway, so this is it, and if you click on here, you can see it closer. Yep. So there you go. Walter and Charles Sissons. So I'm going to show you the mark now. It's incredibly faint. Can you see? It says Walsh, England, just there. Really faint. In fact, it took me quite a while just to re-find it. I couldn't remember what decanter it was on, but yeah, it's very faint. And if the other decanters have a mark on, I can't find it because yeah, it's almost like a little ghost. So yeah, that's the mark, and I think there's a better picture of it in the book, and I'll show you. So this book is The Glass of John Walsh Walsh, 1850 to 1951 by Reynolds. And here is the last decanter with a silver collar that we're looking at, but this one doesn't have a silver collar. But you can see it does have a mushroom stopper of the same type. I think it's even got cut neck. So yeah, it fully matches. So that is really nice to see. If I go over the page, yeah, I've looked through this and it doesn't tell you very much. It just says decanters marked Walsh, or yeah, I mean mine wasn't even marked, so it was the other one. And then wine glasses marked Walsh, and there you go, there it is, that's the one we were looking at. So I will yeah, none of my glasses are marked, so as they say, tough titties on that one. But yeah, they were £4 each, so not quite so tough. Yeah, so group of tableware marked Walsh or Walsh England, and we've got I think that's a jam jar. Looking at the size of it, it's a bit bigger than that. Probably a mustard jar, so that's probably a jam jar. And yeah, so there is a full service there, and I'll show you I'll show you the coloured stuff. I think that's what might be next. So here we go. It's telling you it's Kenilworth pattern marked Walsh or Walsh England, and you can actually see the pattern really clearly on this bowl. I think the vases we saw in Warwick were this kind, but yeah, so you've got smaller, slimmer glasses, other vases. That looks a bit like a celery vase, fruit bowl, little square decanter. Yeah, there's a bit going on. Exactly how wide-ranging the surface is, I don't know. There is more of it in the factory pictures in the back, and we'll have a look at some of those. So I thought I'd give you this general view. This book is terrible because you can't really see things close. But there's my finger. Yeah, that's smaller than my fingernail, that drawing. So I'm going to dive in with my macro lens now. So this will be the last time you see it as a whole page. But that one are Kenilworth. So there you go. You can. This is as better picture you're going to get of the factory ones. Then you've got this here, and oh yeah, this one here, and that one there. So yeah, you have to get. Yeah, this is the really bad aspect of this book. It's got these lovely factory drawings in it, and then they're not big enough. I'm on another page. There's a few Kenilworth decanters here, and I think I'll give up at this point. You've got this one, and this is where you can see. So there's no pouring lip on this, and it looks like the neck is ground slightly darker. I think this one, they're saying this is made to have a silver collar on it. Where's the other one? And you can see that is also made to have a silver collar on it. And there's one up here. Where is it? There's another one, which is a bit Georgian-y looking. It does have a pouring lip, you see, so that one is made to have a silver collar. But yeah, these ones here where it's like this, you can see they were making them to have silver collars on. And I've not seen this. If you go through all of the Stuart ones, they were not like this. The factory drawings of Stuart, I can't remember there being any where they were supposed to have silver collars, but nearly all of these ones are. So there you have it, the John Walsh Walsh Kenilworth pattern. I probably have about enough glass for of John Walsh Walsh's for probably a couple more videos. Yeah, and also Maicheal Baggott YouTube channel. I'll give you a link to it in the description below. I'm really enjoying his videos. I'm learning so much. He really knows his stuff, much better than I know this stuff. I'm just here doing my best, learning as I go along. He knows his stuff. So and yeah, I am learning a lot from him, and hopefully some of that will creep into be useful. Just like I was showing you the silver collar, there are associations between silver shapes and glass shapes from back in the day. So yeah, it's all interesting to me. You know, they didn't make glass spoons, but they did make silver jugs and glass jugs, that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, so all the references I've used will be in the description below. And yes, and please remember to like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And go and subscribe to Maicheal Baggott because his channel's really nice. So thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.